Hello and namaskar. Very good evening, everyone. This is Shilpa from shiksha.com, moderator for this session on XAT 2023 Prep Tips. So the Xavier Aptitude Test is basically a national level management entrance examination conducted by XAT Jamshedpur to get admission to MBA or PGDM programs. Well, XAT exam is on January 8th and we have less than a month. We have done our preparation for the exam, but it's time for us to hit a sixer so that we just get through it too. Our agenda for today's session would be to understand exam pattern and marking scheme, overall preparation strategy, section-wise preparation tips, daily planner, focus areas, mocks, time management, speed and accuracy, acing XAT after failing the CAT exam. So if you have any questions related to our today's topic of discussion, feel free to share either in the Q&A box or in the comment section. And I will try my level best to get it all answered by our expert. So let's meet our expert, Priyasha Das. You are the founder of Crack XAT and currently a student at XAT Jamshedpur. I heartily welcome you, Priyasha.
Thank you so very much, Shilpa, for a wonderful introduction. And hello, everyone. Welcome here. And as Shilpa has already explained a lot about what XAT is, and you guys obviously know about it. So here we are so that I can take up all your queries and tell you a little basic about what this examination is all about, what's the pattern, and yes, of course, some tips and tricks. Those definitely are there in my channel, but then something extra here as well. All right, let's get started, Shilpa.
Okay, so let's begin this session by understanding the exam pattern and marking scheme briefly. Over to you, Priyasha.
Thank you so much. Guys, I'll be sharing my screen. And meanwhile, if you have any questions and queries, please keep that ready. We'll be taking that either in the middle of the slides or towards the end. Both are acceptable and fine. All right. So I'll be sharing my screen just in a second. And I hope my screen is visible. Is it, Shilpa?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then everyone. So we'll get started. The agenda today, as Shilpa has already mentioned, the points, it's the same as written on my slide as well. So we'll quickly get started. And in between, if you have any questions and queries, you quickly drop them in the chat, okay, or the Q&A part. Okay, then. So the first thing, of course, is the pattern. So let me quickly tell you about that and see. When I'm telling you the pattern, I'm not just reading out the question numbers or I'm not just reading out how many things are there. Something related to strategy in this part as well. So if you are talking about the number of questions, if you see and understand, the highest and the maximum amount here is with the quant section, 28 questions, and the quant is combined with the DI. So the general queries which I have been addressing so far is related to the fact that if someone is not so good in quant, how can they actually maximize their score in this section? And at the same time, could also make sure that they are able to clear the cutoff, the general overall cutoff also. Because, you know, many a times people are in a wrong notion that, okay, it's very easy. The cutoff over here is less. So the over cutoff will also be, you know, less, but it's not true. The cutoff of the sections might be less, but the overall cutoff is not less. You have to score around somewhere like 95 percentile as a minimum, I'm saying, to get a call from XAT Jamshedpur if you are targeting that. And if you are using that as a score for the other entrance examinations, then there are varied scores ranges starting from 80 percentile onwards. So you all can get that or do that as well. That's not a problem. But just to tell you, how are you going to tackle with the, quant section if you're not good at it? We have a full slide dedicated to it. But just to tell you that a minimum of 8 questions are from the DI section. And the DI is not like that of CAT, okay? Like, to be very honest, the DILR section of CAT is dangerous, okay? But then when it comes to XAT, it's more number specific. So you have to calculate a lot. That's true. Like you have to find out 364 divided by 500 and then some kind of a number would be required to be multiplied with another number. So yes, number extensive is definitely what you expect out of here, but not difficult. Okay, so if you want to increase your score or clear the cutoff, you can start proving yourself better in the DI section more. Okay, that can be one strategy. We'll talk about that in detail. Next, the bigger number, bigger chunk is verbal ability. Okay, here the logical ability part being mentioned here, the name is coming out as logical ability because some questions of logical deductions, binary questions can be a part of this VALR section. That's why, but it's more of a VA only. Okay, earlier they used to give some very simple LR sections. I'm talking about long back in 2010 or something, or earlier than that, but not now. So when it comes to verbal section, if you guys have seen my videos, you must have already known that the king here is the critical reasoning section. So if you master the critical reasoning section in the remaining days for XAT 2023, you are definitely not only going to clear the cutoff, but also maximize your score over here. And the last one, the most unique and the special section for our XAT examination is the decision making. Some people complain about it. Some people are actually finding it easier compared to the other sections. So there's always a mixed attitude towards DM, but we'll see how we can also conquer this DM and get the most out of it, the maximum out of it. So we will talk about all of this in detail. Just to tell you that if you sum up all of them, you get 75 questions in total. That's the part 1, for which you will be getting 165 minutes. Now, that means somewhere around 2.2 minutes for each question. You have ample time, guys. What you just need to do is focus on your accuracy. Questions sahi karne hain yahan, rather than jaldi karne hain. That's the basic overall thing which you need to keep in mind while giving the XAT examination. And a very essential part, which is again different from CAT and different from the other exams as well, is the essay writing section. Last year it was reintroduced. I will say for the past 3-4 years it was not there, but then again it was reintroduced last year, that they said that okay, all of a sudden we want an essay again. So yes, essay is actually similar to your VAT round in any in the CAT examination. For example, if you have written the CAT exam and you have scored good, expecting a call from any of the colleges, then you would also have to write an essay there in the VAT round. That is the written ability test. That's equivalent to writing the essay directly in the examination. But the thing is that every time, have you observed one thing in the pattern of XAT? Every time they leave the decision to you. Unlike CAT, where there is a sectional timer, here in XAT, you won't find that. You would see that there is no section time in all the 3 sections in part 1. And at the same time, in part 2, you have to answer 25 GK questions and write an essay, which should be around 100 to 200 words long. And that essay also, like there's no section time to writing the essay or the GK. So again, it's your decision what you want to do. You want to dedicate only 5 minutes for GK, or you want to dedicate 10 minutes for GK, or something similar like that. So the decision lies with you. Same here, the decision lies with you. What is what is the organization trying to test in you with this kind of a pattern? They are trying to test what exactly, or how exactly, I should say, are you able to distribute your time within the different things. Remember one thing, guys, that you don't have to answer the full paper. You don't have to get 100% correct answer for all the questions to pass this exam or to get into your dream college, either XAT or CAT, whatever it is. They always want you a bare minimum to succeed. And that is what is, required. Why is it so? Because एक manager को कभी भी सारी चीजों में best होने की जरूरत नहीं है. You are not going to be best in everything. But whatever you are good in, you have to maximize the profits from there. Like talking in business language, maximize your profit from there. Suppose you have 3 sections, just take them as 3 different departments of your company. It's not true, or it's not possible that all the 3 of them are performing very nicely. But you know your strength. you know that if I focus on B more, I can maximize the profits in B so that the overall profit, that is your overall score, will be maximized. So here, they have to do the same thing. Act as a manager and take these questions as real-time problems as a manager when you will be facing that in the company. And just do it like that, okay? So when the decision is yours, make a strategy accordingly and move on. And today in this session also, we'll be discussing that how can we strategize according to our own strengths and weaknesses. Okay, I'm getting some questions. So before I move to the next slide, I'd like to take up few of them. Okay, let me see if I have any. Yes, I have one from Shweta that I want to ask that next week I have to prepare for the SNAP exams. I just need your suggestion that what would be my strategy to prepare for XAT with SNAP and how to master the DM section. Okay, Shweta. So quickly an answer to you here would be that number one, that for the SNAP part, okay, listen, what you can do right now is focus on your XAT. Like for example, in a simple example, I'm saying this, that 4 hours you're studying, for example, 4 hours you're studying, 3 hours focus on XAT, cover the quant, cover the English part, so that the majority, 70% of your syllabus is taken care of. Okay. It's just like if you aim for the stars, you will at least land on the moon. So if you're planning and preparing for that, that automatically prepares you for the quant and the verbal section of SNAP. But keep that 1 hour ready with you for doing what? That 1 hour will be for the special LR section of SNAP. Okay. Practice with time so that you are able to, in time bound practice, so that you're able to finish 60 questions in 60 minutes, right? That should be the best strategy to do 2 OMETs together. Okay, I see. Okay, 1 minute. I guess some of them are closed. 1 second. I'll have to check
before
this.
you just start taking up question, actually, I'm just typing them that they have to be patient. Till
Okay.
just get back to them.
Yeah. I'll just take 2-3 right now and then the remaining after my next slide. So you'll have to stay till the end of the session. Okay. That's not that answer mil gaya to chale gaye. Section cutoff exists in XAT or not? Of course, Nehal, it does. Okay. It's a major problem of XAT. Many people feel that even if your overall score is really great, but let's say that in one section you got really less marks. So that will be a problem for XLR, I call at least. Not for XIMB, maybe I remember that for XIMB, there's no sectional cutoff. It was not there last year, but let's see what happens now. It keeps on changing. So for XLR Jamshedpur to be specific or Delhi, you have to take care of a sectional cutoff as well. Okay. Now, I guess this is done.
There are more questions. Let me ask those to you.
Sure,
okay,
you can go ahead.
There's one question: how to tackle SNAP, XAT, TISS, CMAT together?
That's the same thing as I just said to Shweta right now, that if you are planning for more than, more OMETs together, so TISS is like still few days are there for TISS. And TISS specifically is a very easy examination where you don't have to worry about quants a lot. So that again totally means that if you're preparing for that, your preparation for verbal and quant is going to help you in SNAP, in TISS, and in CMAT altogether. Now, when you are dedicating that 1 hour for the LR section of SNAP, that will eventually help you in CMAT and TISS accordingly. So do it like that. 3/4 of the time to the most difficult exam out of the 4, and 1/4 of the time to the other exams. You can, if you feel that, okay, I want to practice from the PYQ or something like that, just, exam specific practice, then you do that Monday TISNet practice, Tuesday SNAP practice, Wednesday CMAT practice, like that, or increase the frequency of the exam which is closer. That way also you can balance it. Yes.
Okay. Priyasha, next up we have a question. The person is saying, I have 5 years of gap. Can I get into auxiliary with average academic score?
5 years. I have people in my batch who have 3-4 years of gap as well. They were preparing for examinations. One was preparing for UPSC and the other one was associated with some kind of freelancing work. So yes, but they are very good performers. They are very good students also currently. So maybe they would be performing very nicely in their GDPI rounds as well. So first barrier is because you people are not writing your name, so I can't address you. I don't like that. Okay, type your names also. So it becomes personal when I address you like that. So listen, the first barrier is your XAT percentile. The heaviest weightage goes to your XAT percentile. So if you are coming out with a heavy percentile, let's say you get a 99.8 percentile in the exam and you still have an average ACAD and you are having a 5-year gap with doing nothing, like say you're preparing for something and you're not even involved in any kind of business or any kind of activities, even then they will consider you because you only think their mindset, right? Why will they like to consider you? Because they will think, oh my God, such a genius guy, he or she has actually come up with so and so good marks in the in the examination, must have some speciality. Let's call him or her for the GDPR. And once someone talks to you in person, they know your worth. The professors, not only in XLRI but in every college, are so educated, you can say them, that they will get to know your worth from your personality. So have faith in yourself. The first barrier is your XAT percentile. So crack it nicely.
Okay, thank you for answering that, Priyasha. Can I ask you more questions? Because questions have already started flooding in.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So the next up, we have question from Abhishek Bharti. And he's asking, I am from agriculture background. Does Auxiliary offer ABM, ABM management course? How much I have to score to get a better college? Please guide. ABM is agriculture business management, if not mistaken.
I guess. Yeah. Yes, correct. And but XLRI does not offers that. But if you are planning in agriculture, there are IRMA. IRMA is a very great college, and for entry in IRMA, you would not need a huge percentile in that. You can target 85 percentile. See, I always give you 2-3 percentile higher than the given percentile in the Google. Okay, so. Because see, that's what you should aim for, because whatever you aim for, sometimes you always land 1 percentile less, and losing something by only a slight scratch is better than losing it by 10 percentile. Okay, so 85% is what you can definitely aim at for getting college, IRMA college. That's the best college for agriculture management. All right, Abhishek.
Okay. And one more small information I would like to convey to Abhishek is that even I was reading about this course. So there's a certificate program. There's not, the whole length of like
Full
3
course.
years or 4 years. There's no courses as such, but yeah, there are the certificate course at Auxiliary. So I would say that you can just check the website and you can get more information. Next up, we have a question from a person who is asking about, can you just tell us some tips regarding DI section? How to focus on accuracy? Yeah. So this
okay. Yeah, if you guys are following my YouTube videos, then I am in the process and I have just released my 11th video of the workshop. I'm yet to release total 30, I guess, right? So I'm yet to release more. So yes, I will be taking that in much depth and detail, talking about it 15 to 20 minutes, eating up your head on that. But yeah, I will not take a lot of time here because we have limited time. But yes, for DI section, I'll tell you, two DI sets for sure. They are going to be something which will be fully number based. What you just have to do is to convert. And yes, one set will be something which will be diagrammatically new to you. So it might be a double stacked bar graph, or it might be a spider chart. It might be a matrix chart, or there are plenty. Okay. Like that always surprise you with one DI set, which is completely looking different. So in that case, look forward, give it 3 minutes, think about that set and see that how can you convert the data back to a table. And this is not just for XAT, but for every DI section or DI set. Your sole purpose is to convert the data from a pie to a table, from a bar to a table, from a matrix to a table, from a picture-based pictograph to a table. So if at all, see, this is the first deciding 2-3 minutes. If and only if you are able to convert the table or get the table from the given data proceed with it, because the story after that will be very simple and easy. Just simple multiply, division, or percentage, and your answers will be there. So keep that in mind for the DI section. I would take that a little more in detail. So, I would like to show you 4-5 more questions on that, but not now. Maybe in the coming sessions on YouTube. All right. Please have some patience.
Okay, thank you, Priyasha. So I'll quickly take up more questions. Neha has a question. Does section cutoff exist in XAT or not?
Section cutoff, of course, yes. I just answered it for Nehal. Remember that yes, it's hugely a part of XLRI Jamshedpur, that if you're aiming for Excel, Jamshedpur or Delhi, you are definitely going to get sectional cutoffs. And many people are, facing problems because of sectional cutoff. They do exceptionally well in 2 sections, but just because of, 0.25 marks in the, lesser in one of the topics can also lead you to not getting a call from XLRI. So yes, it's definitely there. Section cutoffs are there.
Okay. I know, Priyasha, you have several slides to share, but even I'm just feeling glad that people are sharing their questions. So they're seeking some solution from you. Next up, we have a question. Ma'am, how can I find my strong and weaknesses? Strength and weaknesses, it should be. Depends on the paper. I'm equally good in all and I'm bad in all. What to do? Okay.
Yeah, so that is what I just recently told it in today's video, that look, you have to be ready with your plan A and plan B. Okay, so you must be feeling, see, to know which is strong and which is not so strong, you have to give some PYQs or some mocks, whatever you feel comfortable in. You can give the PYQs as the mock also, so that's not a problem. Whatever you do, give it, and at least give odd numbers, like start from 3 and it can be 3, 5, 7, anything. So give at least 3 and try to analyze which are the areas in which you are doing good, even without a proper preparation. Even without proper preparation means, yes, like you must be saying that, okay, I have to revise some more topics. I haven't revised that topic, but yet I am doing these questions correct. So that gives you an idea of where you are good and where you are not so good. So from that, you can make a plan A, that, okay, in the exam, for example, you saw that, okay, I am from let's say you are from a math background and you're like, I'm comfortable in quants. I don't have a problem in quants. English is something which haunts me. So your plan A will be to score more in the verbal section. In the quant section, that out of 26, 28 questions, I will be going and attempting more questions, like more than 24 questions I'll attempt, and I'll maximize my score there. But to your surprise, in that year itself, the quant paper is difficult. So the cutoff will go low. You know that. The cutoff will go low because everyone is feeling that difficult. But now what you have to do, you have to change your strategy. If you're reducing 4 questions from the quant section, you have to add 2 in the decision making, or 3 in the decision making and 1 in the verbal. That's how you will shift your plans. So that's the way you should do this. Okay. So yes, Shilpa.
Priyasha, you want to share some slides? You can just go ahead.
Then I'll just quickly do. Yes, I'll just quickly take up 2 quick slides, and these are simple ones. Okay, what I have always been speaking in my videos as well. So I'll just take up them quickly. Overall tips, if you want from me, maybe, yeah, some of your queries will be answered by this 2 coming slides. So first of all, if you want an overall tip from my end, guys, the first step is to go through the past year papers. Okay, previous year papers are a very big thing, especially in the case of XAT, because XAT has been always following a trend. When I say always following a trend, I actually mean that they have been always, staying on the same pattern of questions. For example, I'll tell you, let's take an example of a geometry question. I have given this example in one of my videos also. For past so many years, if you read the question paper thoroughly, you would see that they are constantly asking you either the surface area of the cylinder, or they are asking you the surface area of this cone, or they are asking you the surface area of some other 3D figure. You will be like, okay, so not 3D, 2D. So we will be like, okay, I got the idea. So they are constantly sticking to surface area. Just like that in the English part, they have been asking fill in the blanks. They are asking fill in the blanks. They will ask fill in the blanks. And one more thing, in the fill in the blanks also, they always have one or two questions, or error detection. The one or two questions are definitely a part of sentence verb agreement. This is a pattern. I have cracked it. You can also crack it, right? So you can find out the trend. So PYQ is very, very, very important, especially when it comes to your XAT examination. Go through them, make notes. Now I'm going to talk about this in detail, guys. I can't speak in 10 minutes for this. I need more time. So I would definitely talk about this in detail in one of my coming videos, but just telling you a brief that making notes does not only mean that you will make notes that, okay, 2020 paper, 7 questions from arithmetic, 2 questions from algebra. No, this is not making notes. Making notes is learning from each and every question. And if you guys have seen my video on example trick, you have always, you must have already known this fact that, yeah, we have to read the example. We have to make notes of what we understood from this example, that, okay, this is the logic I use, or this is the formula I use. After that, what we see, after that, we will do the calculation on our own, and that will help us in 2 ways. Number one, I'll see what logic works. And number 2, I will be calculating. So my quant fear or my calculation fear will go away. That's making notes. Practicing from the materials, from the books. If you're part of a Telegram group already, then you know, oh, okay, where are the materials? And of course, refer to the quick revision sheet, guys. This one is the quick revision sheet you see on the screen right now. You can refer to that. All the current videos and all are posted there. Okay, you will find it in the description box of every video you refer to mine. So everything is fine there. You can go, you can get your basics done and then practice from the material. This is very, 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 very essential. This is something which we people lack in our preparation. And this is what helps, mocks are only helping you by this. Mocks are not magical. Mocks are just helping you to recall the concepts you have learned and revise the concepts you have learned. So if you give mock, you recall. If you analyze the mock, you do a revision of the concept. So this is the overall strategy you should follow for your entrance examination, be it XAT, be it any other entrance examination. It will eventually help you. And that's the basic core. Okay. We can take 1-2 more questions, Shilpa, right now. Then we'll move to section-wise tips.
Okay. Thank you. I really enjoyed the way you just explained everything. Okay, next up, we have a question related to quants and DI, Priyasha. Many students are actually scared to attempt that section. Any tips for that?
Okay, for the quant section, the ones who want to start from the basics. So there are 2-3 categories of people in quant, I would say. For the quants one, the ones who want to start from the, mere basic, for you people, again, the same strategy, making notes out of the pre-YQ. Oh, why am I forgetting this video of mine? Yes, this is the strategy video I've already shared 1 week back, and you people have loved it, as I can see from the views and likes, that yes, you all have found it useful. This is the timetable which I have also shared in the video itself. In this, I have straightforwardly told you this thing clearly, that you have to give around 5-6 hours in a day if you are not so sure about the quant section. If you find yourself moderately fair enough, you can just dedicate 3-4 hours. That will be enough. But the ones who are too much, terrified out of quant, you have to start from the basics. Remember one thing, this is also one of the questions I have been getting, not here now, but definitely in my DM. I get this. Can I leave chapter A? Can I leave chapter B? Can I leave chapter C? Now, when I say XAT follows the trend, that's true, but to an extent. Don't think that just because they have given 7 questions of arithmetic this year, like last year, they will also give it this year. So they do give you questions from different areas. What you want to do, or you should do, I should say, is that read the examples at least of every chapter. Like you see all the chapters of mathematics here, read it. Read the examples. If you're following Arun Sharma sir's book, do LOD1. If you're following the practice material shared in the Telegram from Samay, you can do that as well. Okay, you can definitely, without any harm, just refer to the examples. Like every chapter has at least 30 examples with them. And if you refer to the first case, that is LOD1 in the Arun Sharma sir's book, or the practice sheet's first exercise, it's generally easy. Go through that. You can't do that, no problem. Take it as an example trick. Read the answer, make a note of what you understood from that, means what logic, what approach they used. Like, for example, they multiplied A with B only, then they got C, and the answer was C divided by 7. So this is the logic. This is how you will make notes in your notepad. And then the third thing would be that you would do the calculation on your own. And that's the only way. You still have more, more than 20 days, I guess. So if you have 20 days and you're serious, imagine 20 days, you give in 5 hours to quants, you have 100 hours of preparation, ma'am and sirs. You can do it. The only thing is you have to be persistent in this activity. That's all. Okay, let's take another question, Shilpa.
Yeah, sure. So next up, we have a question from Mudit Saxena, and he's asking how to prepare for IIFT side by side of XAT. I know you have explained it, but if you could just add different angle to this.
Yeah, the same as the one which we have, I've just told it, 1/4 of the time to IIFT. But for IIFT specifically, I'll just tell you something, some insider thing from there. My friends are there, and I'll tell you for the GDPI round experience that they are very, very serious about real foreign trade enthusiasts. So even if you are like, this is just a future point I'm saying, that even if your scores are like, okay, or even if you're, let's say, what should I say exactly? Your academics are okay, something like that is all fine and good for them, but they will throw questions on you related to foreign trade. So if you are genuinely interested, like, to be honest, from my end, I am not. I'm not interested in foreign trade. So if someone asks me some deep-rooted questions, I'll be like, sorry, I don't know. So if you are one such kind of a person who is not really into foreign trades or stock markets or anything similar to that respect, international business, international news, then maybe IIT is not a piece of cake for you. We're not for the examination, clearing the GDP, I am saying. But yes, for the exam preparation question, exactly what you asked. Yes, please focus a little more on the business issues or business related GK logo quiz, which is different there. And for the verbal section, you will have to deal with some foreign words. And when it comes to foreign words in these few days, I think 18th is the date of IIFT, if I'm not wrong. Whatever it is, whenever it is, all the best, first of all. And in this limited period of time, what you can do is you can learn some foreign words related to the government or legislation, you can say, and some words related to economics. These two sections. So go to Google, search for foreign words related to economics and foreign words related to legislation. And whatever list you get, just read through them, because that is also a very special section asked in IIFT. So that's all, Mudit. I hope it helps.
Okay. Priyasha, next up, we have questions related to cutoff, because people are asking how many marks we should score to get through this examination. So if you could just guide us.
Exact cutoffs. Okay, so I have had a video based on cutoffs. Let me see if I can show you the slide, if I have any over here. No, I guess that I have not kept this in the slide today. But yes, especially when we talk about cutoffs, it's somewhere for the VA section. It's see on Google also you would get that. Okay, but see, if they are saying 8.5, please take it as 10 for yourself for the VA section. And for the DM, it highly varies. Like last year, the cutoff was only 8 or 8.5, I think. I don't remember, maybe 8. Okay, but people did score more. Okay, I personally got maybe a 12.7 or something. I don't remember my score, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. So yeah, the cutoffs last year was 8, but it will not remain 8 always. Please remember that. Don't target 8, because 8 is not which will always remain, right? Even if I say that, okay, on a safer side, take 10, don't take 10. What do you know about the pattern? How can you predict that 10 fellows sitting next to you will not do the questions correct? Percentile and cutoffs are all dependent upon others' performance, remember? So what you should do is you should make a strategy where your attempt rate should be high. Make a higher attempt rate, because don't go by the general mathematics people say. Okay, I hate that when people come and say that, okay, you have 5 options, you will, one of them is correct, 20% of chances to get it right. No, this is bare fraction what you are saying. It's not going to help. Okay, this is absolutely wrong. What you need to know and understand is, if you increase the sample size, the predicted output would be, the probability of getting the output will be more. So that means if you increase your attempt rate, that will somewhere or lead to a better result only. Remember this. Okay. So for DM, I will not release any cutoff over here. But if you want really a very secured score or a cutoff, take 11 or 12. Okay. Cutoffs can never be higher than 12 in DM, to be very honest, because it is more than half, and DM always remains around half of it. And for the quant section, okay, again the same thing. I forgot to tell you people that for the BM the cutoff is different, HR the cutoff is different, engineer the cutoff is different, non-engineer the cutoff is different, and so it is for male and female. So whatever you are, I'll take a gem. Okay, like I'll take a general engineer male, cutoff for BM, the highest. For the quant section goes around, again, I'll have to think for it. You can Google that out for sure. Even Shiksha's website will help you for these cutoffs for the past so many years. You can refer to their website as well. But on a safer side, go with, again, let's say for PM course, GEM, don't take it less than, let's say 13 or something. Okay, 12, 13. Take it on a higher so that you still secure it, and never work on margin. Never. Okay. As I said in the beginning, losing something by 0.5 is very, very painful than losing it by 5 marks. You are like, okay, but 0.5 will threaten you throughout your next year's preparation. So better don't do that. Okay, Shilpa, we have another question. Many
Yes,
questions.
we have a lot of questions, Priyasha. So next up, we have question from Sakshi, and she's asking about what will be the good resources and the books.
Okay, you
I
please
want to
refer
add
to my...
one more question. Will this is the right time to just go through a new book, some new notes?
No, but yeah, but yes, if you are referring to any standard book, as I just told, right, Arun Sharma sir's book, or you're referring to any standard material from any courses, like from the various other full institutes. So over there, yes, but you have to be very selective over here. Like you can't dedicate that, okay, I want to become the master of time, speed, distance, so I'll sit and do it for the next 6 or 12 hours and finish the entire course book. No, that's not what going to work here. You have to be fully diversified in your topics, just like a manager is supposed to be. Like, okay, I know a little bit of this also, I know a little bit of this also, I know a little bit of this also. That makes me the overall balanced manager, and that is what is expected out of you in the exam also. So yes, not that you should not refer to any new book right now. You can, but the point is you have to be very selective in studying through it. Like make a time bound pattern, or let's say a syllabus for yourself, that okay, I'll be doing 30 questions, I'll be giving myself only 50 minutes to complete those 30 questions, like that. So if you do it like that, that's good. And for Sakshi, if I am right, if it was Sakshi's question, you can refer to my Telegram group. You just go to Telegram, search for XAT over there. You will get my public, it's a public group. So you will get my group over there, join it. Use the pinned chats or the bio, and you will get the links over there. You have all the top rated content there. So you can refer to that and utilize it to as much as you can. Okay. Don't worry about that. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, as I said, there are several questions. So next up, we have question from Satish, and he's asking, are there any age limit to appear for this examination?
No, dear. That's what I said in one of the videos also, that if MBA entrance examinations are not setting up any age limit for you, any higher end data for you, not giving you that, okay, your work experience should not be more than this much, or your age should not be more than this much. If they are not setting up any higher criteria for you, why are you worried about, trying another year? So yes, there's no age limit.
Next up, we have a question. from Muhammad Asasuddin, and he's asking, ma'am, the candidate will be shortlisted for auxiliary Jamshedpur and Delhi separately. Is that right?
No, the percentile scores goes equal in both the case. Like as I said, you suppose if someone says that for a GEM category, okay, that is general engineer male, if you are appearing for BM, so if the cutoff is going at 95 percentile, that's the same for the Delhi campus as well as for the Jamshedpur campus. There is no difference right now. Like it's not like Jamshedpur is very good and Delhi is not very good. Faculties keep traveling here and there also. So don't worry about that. It's totally fine and same. So the cutoff or the shortlisting is for both of them equivalent, not separate.
I'll take few more questions, Priyasha. Next up, we have a question from Kaisna, and she's asking, ma'am, I have distance graduation degree. Will it be valid for the exam?
Yes, you can apply it during the like. See, I have I don't have anyone in my current batch with a distance graduation degree, but while reading the points, I've read it somewhere. I remember that they do take the distance graduation degree also. If it's like a standard degree, any standard degree, undergraduate, they do take it, so it's fine.
Okay, I'll quickly take another question. Does XAT has some privilege for the students who doesn't had mathematics in 12th class?
Yes, the cutoffs, as I just now said, engineers and non-engineers, they have a distinction for them. So if you are a non-engineer, your cutoff for getting a call will be lesser. So yes.
Priyasha, as you mentioned about the non-engineer, we have a question related to it. And what is auxiliary BM cutoff for a general female non-engineer? If you have any information regarding this.
Reduce 1-2 percentile. That's all. Like from 95, you can come down to 93 also maybe. Yes, but not less than that. Don't please go for less than that. Okay, trust me. See, it's more a happier feeling that okay, you got 90. Suppose like let's imagine a situation. You got 93 percentile. You are hopeless. You are like, I'm not gonna get a call, and then suddenly bang, you got a email that okay, you're selected. This can happen because as I told you in the beginning, percentiles and cutoffs vary according to other people's performance. So you can get a call. Okay, that's a happy end thing, no? That's a surprise jackpot. So take it like that.
Okay, I'll take a minute because I'm just going to launch a poll because session is going great and feedback matters to us the most, so that we just keep on organizing more such free webinars for you all. So I'm launching a poll. Attendees can see it. So the first question is this session helpful? You can answer it in a yes or no. And the second question is how likely you would recommend this webinar to your friends, or whether you are considering is important or not. You can rate it from 1 to 10. 1 is being not likely at all and 10 being extremely likely. I'll keep this poll open for 2 minutes, and meanwhile, we'll take up more questions.
Yeah.
And okay, so Priyasha, next up, we have a question related to sectional cutoff. So the two person have asked this question.
Yeah, sectional cutoffs I just now discussed, right, in the previous slide only. For VA, go for 10 marks a minimum. DM go for more than 10 marks, like 11, 12. Though it goes somewhere around 8 or something, but you never know. It's highly volatile, guys. Don't fix yourself to this. Okay, don't fix yourself to this. Rather stick to a strategy where you are thinking about your attempt rate. I have recently talked about it in my today's video itself. So go to my channel, refer to the latest video, and please see that running behind cutoff is not something you have to do. Running behind your attempt rate strategy and your accuracy is what will make you a winner there. Okay. So, and this is for QA, you have to score somewhere around 10, 11, 12. I written a secure, safe 13. I always work on the safer margins. Okay. I will never tell you 10 just because it was 10 at my time. And imagine they give you an easy paper next year and the cutoff goes to 13. You will be like commenting back on my own video. I'll not let that happen. Okay. Jokes apart. Next question.
Okay, Priyasha. Next up, we have a question. What should be the focus area in these last days? How can we plan our days? Question has been asked by Mihir.
Yes, me, that's correct. And like, I'm a good question. And yes, I was about to discuss a little bit, as you see on my slide, that see the daily planner for the quant has been already shared. For the VA part, I would strongly recommend you to go by the PYQs. Make a note out of the PYQs that today I did 2 questions of fill in the blanks and 2 questions of para jumbles and so many questions of RCs and CR. CR stands for critical reasoning. So when you go through the PYQ, what happens? You get a general idea and brief about it, do a deep dive analysis of it, and do questions related to that. That means, what will you go from the practice material, which you can find on in my Telegram group? Okay, go to that practice material. There are various practice materials. You can drop a message and ask me there what exactly to do. I will tell you what material to study and practice from, and then take that material, and there will be plenty questions on fill in the blanks. Do 30 each day. For an example, not 30 exactly, you can do 15 also. That depends upon how many hours you're putting into study. Similarly, do 10 PJs every day. But please remember, something which I would very wholeheartedly tell you is, if you really want to conquer the VA section, give your 80% attention only to the critical reasoning part. I have an entire playlist dedicated to critical reasoning where I have, I would be very, very, very frank in saying this, that for not for every video, but yes, for the critical reasoning videos, I believe I have read the GMAT critical reasoning Bible 3 times. Okay. And after reading it full-fledgedly 3 times, I believe that I have got a very single thread-like difference between conclusion, inference, assumption, course of action, things like that. So I've discussed that in detail in the videos of mine, small, 10, 15 minutes video. You can refer to that first. Clear your basics from there, that what exactly is the difference between all of them. And then continue to do what? Continue with the critical reasoning practice from the materials or the GMAT book, both of which you will find in my Telegram group. So you can go and practice from there for the VA part. And for DM, see, every day only 2 sets is more than enough for you to do. 2 set is equivalent to doing like 6 questions. And for DM, see, I am planning to do this in my coming video. So I will tell you we will give you a live demo of how you're supposed to make notes in this thing. Okay, in which part? In this, sorry, I'm missing out on it, DM part. Okay, so like, see, I've been telling you that, okay, read through the PYQs, get the trend, but I will give you a live demo of that in one of the videos. It will take me some time to do that, but some time in the sense, a longer video to do that, but I'll surely tell you exactly what to do and how to make notes. Okay, DM is actually only 20 different types of logics or scenarios, 20 to 24 different types of scenarios. Once you get hold of that, okay, what do we need to do when we start a new business? What do we need to do when we have to shift an employee from one place to another place? Things like that. Life becomes simpler. They follow a same trend only. Okay, so don't worry about that. This is all good and fine for the DM. So 2 sets DM, 10, 20, 30 questions practice of VA daily, and the majority to quant. No doubt. If you're good in quant also, then also. If you're bad in quant, then also. Because quant has 26, I said, right? Or 28. What did I say? I only forget the pattern. Okay, I'm very bad with numbers, let me tell you, because I have never ever done these things that I will make, see, 28 over here. So I've never done these things that, okay, I have to only target 15 questions in the exam. I never do this. Never. जितना हो जा रहा है उतना कर लेंगे. That is what is the kind of attitude I have in the examination day. So that has helped me. So that will help you also. Okay. So 28 questions I quant me that you have to, and you can understand this is an area which will help you to maximize your scores. So please focus on that a little more. And that is with definite answer. People are always confused in DM, right? This can be also correct. This can be also correct. But in quant, it is not the case. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. That's the point. So therefore, quant is more trustworthy. So give it more time in the preparation. Okay, we have done the, okay. And for the focus area, guys, see, we have been discussing this in the videos, which chapters to focus more on. So you can refer to any one of my quant related strategy videos. You will get that there. Let's take more questions. We are close, like we have only 10 minutes left.
We have only 10 minutes and so many questions to answer. Next.
We'll take up all the questions, okay, before leaving, of course.
Okay. Priyasha, thank you for those words that you'll be taking all the questions. So Karthik Verma has this question. I had given a preference of BM over HRM in XAT form. Does it will be an issue for HRM admission? What will be the complication? I had to face the interview with HRM.
No. You don't have to do anything of that. If you have filled it both, and they definitely ask you the preference, that's ideal to ask as well. So that's not a problem at all. And there will be no problem in the HRM interview for that specifically. You will have to answer 2 different interviews. You will be getting 2 different rounds, okay, of interviews. So yes, that's never a problem. Don't worry. You can answer both of them and take anything of your choice, depending upon whether your name comes in the shortlist or not.
Okay. So quickly take up more questions. Priyasha, next up we have question. My cat was worst, so I got demotivated, and people say that XAT is one of the toughest exam, and I'm always nervous, like what will happen? Please guide.
That is not like I will not say that toughest on every section. That is tougher on the verbal side, no doubt. Don't even try that you will be getting 100% in the verbal, because there'll be something or the other which will be wrong there. I'm just saying this from my personal experience. Yes, verbal is difficult, and you need to be a Shashi Tharoor maybe for cracking the XAT verbal section. But yeah, see, it's not that difficult that you won't be able to clear the cutoff or won't be able to get a raw score of 10, 15, 10, 12 is, good. Very good, not good, very good. Okay. So don't worry about that. That gives you a good percentile in the verbal part. Verbal is definitely difficult. Decision making is confusing for the ones who don't have that. Okay. One thing which I want to tell you, if anyone has any question related to DM, let me tell you is this, that decision making is where you don't have to apply your brain, and you have to apply your common sense. So not applying your brain means you have to keep your own prejudices, your own experiences away from what the question is asking you for. So don't think that it happens in my company or it happens in my college, so it will happen or it should be the correct answer in this case also. No, you have to think what is organizationally accepted answer, or in one of my videos I've told you this term, socially desirable answer, SDA. What do you think will be desired by most of the people around? That okay, if a person does like this, he's a good man. Okay, so that things like that. So do it with that. Okay, and the ones who are planning for coming year's XAT, not this year's XAT, I'll tell you some books to study, which I got to know now, not before giving XAT. Now I got to know that these books will really help you to make decisions in the right direction, or something which is actually needed as an answer. Stop critically assessing it, and stop trying to fight with them. Try to rather be clever here and gather more marks by following the pattern. Okay. So yes, don't worry about that. You would be able to do it. It is possible. Therefore, I'm launching that 30 days workshop. I am not that kind of a person who comes up with thumbnails just to attract people and say that 15 days possible, 20 days possible. No, if I believe that I'm myself done it seriously in 30 days, you can also do that. And that's why it's possible, provided you have to be very dedicated in your preparation for the rest of the days.
Priyasha, time बहुत कम है. You have to be a bit brief, I would say. क्योंकि काफी सारे questions है. Sujaya has this question, ma'am, how to prepare for essay? So if you have any, yeah.
Okay, so again, the same thing, then I would be saying this to you. See, I have 2-3 videos pending for the essay part. So please refer to my YouTube channel for that. You already have 2 videos on it from the last year, where I have described that what and how are you supposed to write the essays, what are some important topics for the essays. You can refer to that. Just search, go to XAT, use the QRS, that is the quick revision sheet there, and just search for the essay writing video. You will get it there. And see, basically what they want in essay is how well you can communicate. So whatever feelings you have regarding that topic, you have to write it down. But I will take that in detail in one of the videos.
Priyasha, like we used to write like normal essays, we do write, there's a head, there's a body, and then the conclusion. So do we write the essays in the same format for this examination?
Kind of. You can see there's no specific, see, because they give you two topics. One is an abstract topic completely, and one is a current affairs related topic. So it depends upon what kind of a topic you're choosing and how are you going to write an essay on that. If you wish to write it in one paragraph also, that is also acceptable, because I myself did not divide it fully into head, body, and the conclusion part. I wrote it down into multiple paragraphs, breaking the idea into small pointer kind of, but not a pointer, of course, because it's essay. But then, yes, I'll talk about that a little more in detail in my coming videos. So if you can wait for that.
So Priyasha, next up we have a question from Anindya. The thing I'm concerned about is the decision-making part. What do you suggest? There is no practice material available. Can you suggest any?
That's the beauty of DM. You don't have to go to any non-PYQ. Guys, whatever non-PYQ I am uploading on my channel is completely verified by XLRI. That's why I'm uploading it. Otherwise, I was not in a mood to upload any PYQs, non-PYQs. Because see, what is someone's correct answer? And that too, that person is not related to XLRI. So how can you trust them, right? Or for most of the institutions, if they give you non-PYQs, what they just do is they change the names. Like M becomes P and a bakery becomes a clothes shop. That's the only difference they do from the previous year question paper and make it a non-PYQ. So don't run behind the non-PYQs, rather start focusing and making notes. Please guys, wait for me 2 days, just wait for 2 days and I'll tell you how to make a note and how to make how to learn from the PYQs of decision making. Trust me, I'll do that. Only PYQ is the best source of for DM, nothing else, nothing else. We can have that.
Yeah. Next up, we have question. How to manage time as it's not managing automatically?
This is something which you have to do. Like, see, how can I help you in that? See, I'm not Ankur Varupu, right? I'll launch a time management session. But then, yes, I'll just tell you one thing over here. You have to prioritize things. Time management is nothing but prioritizing things. So you need to make take your notebook and write down the 6 things you're going to do today, like just a blank number, it's any number of things you're going to do today, and then prioritize them. Write numbers beside them, that which one is more important and which one you should do for a longer period of time. That's the only way you can manage time. And always keep a buffer. People generally fail in managing their time, or you can say following the schedule which they make for the day, because they don't keep buffer time. But the reality is that you might not use the buffer time someday, but you have to utilize the buffer time in some of the days. Some emergency pops in, some work comes in. So that is one thing essential where I have seen people, facing difficulties in time management.
Next up, we have question from Subhashri and Dheeraj. They both have the same question. How can they manage and take care of the negative marking and the XAT rule of deducting marks for the unattempted questions? So if you could just discuss about that.
Yeah, a little bit I have already discussed in today's video. So because we are running out of time, guys, so I'm referring you this video. Please refer to this video. You can see the title. Just go and check my channel and just refer to the latest video. I have discussed how you can avoid it, but see, avoiding it only to an extent that it is like you are not supposed to attempt all the questions just to avoid that 0.1, which is highly negligible. But it is not negligible if you miss out or if you are losing more than 2 marks in it. So in this video, I have given you 2 strategies. One strategy where you're losing 2.1 marks because of not attempting, let's say 29 questions or 27 questions. I don't remember the number. And one strategy is where you're losing out only 7.7 marks because you attempted 60 questions out of 75 questions, in which you will be, out of the 15 questions, 8 questions will not have any penalty, but the remaining 7 questions will have a penalty of 0.7, like multiplied with 0.1. So this kind of things are acceptable, negligible, but this is not negligible. So don't try to leave a lot of questions. And that's what I said in this video, that your attempt rate, if it goes higher, your probability of getting the right answer also goes higher. Okay, let's take another one.
I'll take the last question for this session. And the question is, I took a mock and my percentile is around 82. How can I improve?
Okay, we have already discussed that, Shilpa, in the session right now. So all these points which I discussed right now are related to your starting or improving on a certain topic or thing. Like, see, if you have already taken a mock and got to know your strengths and weaknesses, you can make a strategy accordingly. Please refer to this video, whoever asked this question, this latest video. And in your mock, whatever your accuracy is, refer to this video. I have made a table where you can add your accuracy to the, you can alter your, attempt rate of questions depending upon this, what should I say, your accuracy. So based on your accuracy, try to make a attempt ratio that I will attempt 16 questions in verbal, in 16 questions in DM, and 20 questions in quant, like that, because I can do these many questions correct. And then go ahead, okay? Because see, cutoff has also been shared with you. So you have to get this. And for this, you have to decide what should be the attempt rate for you. That's how you will improve in every mock as well as in the real exam. And one last closing note for you people. This is something my senior has told. So I'll tell you that I really love this sentence. So I would use that in this webinar today, that give the mocks like a real exam and give the exam like a mock. All right. So you know what I meant by this, like the amount of seriousness. So give the mocks like an exam and give the exam like a mock. You would find things easier. And anyone whose question I was not able to take today because of the time constraint, first of all, sorry. And secondly, please drop the same question in my comment section. It will take me hardly a day to reply back, but I'll definitely reply. Okay. So don't worry about that. Okay. Shilpa, anything more to cover?
I think it's time for us to wind up this session, and I would request you just share the stop sharing the slides so that we can just
definitely.
So I can see a question, Shubham Reddy, how to balance preparation between SNAP, IIFT and MAT XAT. So Shubham, for your information, we have already covered this part at the beginning of this session. So I'm sharing a link in the chat box because many of you are curious to know where this video will be uploaded. So the video will be uploaded on Shiksha official YouTube channel. So I'm just sharing a link in the chat box. You can just have a look at it. And with this, let's wrap up our session for today. And thank you, Priyasha, for your valuable time and guidance. We really enjoyed every bit of it.
Most welcome. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Shilpa, for having me. Thanks everyone for joining in. See you in the coming videos.
Thank you to all our attendees for being with us and asking good questions. And all the very best for your upcoming XAT exam. And with this, I'm Shilpa signing off. Till then, take care and keep dreaming high. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.